Ever since BTS released Permission to Dance, there's been quite a bit of discourse regarding the song due to many fans and non-fans' mixed opinions. There are those who like it, and those who don't like it, and probably a number of people who outright hate it. Of course, differing opinions aren't necessarily a problem. I mean, I know it sucks to hear someone say they hate something you love, especially when it's something close to your heart, but we're all different and are allowed to have different tastes. So the problem isn't that some people simply don't vibe with the song. You are allowed to not like a song, even if it's by BTS, your favorite artist ever. It doesn't make you a fake or bad fan. The problem comes when people and fans act as if they were entitled to a different song, or know better than BTS themselves what kind of music they should release and promote. The problem is people who stan BTS as an idea that can fulfill a certain role or desire in their life, rather than them as actual people and musicians. An issue some people had with PTD was that it's in English. It seems there are quite a bit of people who are tired of BTS releasing songs in English. First off, there's only been 3 English songs, and there's been a lot of other non-English songs released since Dynamite, including a whole B. Still, I can understand if none of the 3 English songs really hit the mark for you. That's fine, don't engage with them. But if the issue with these songs is that BTS are singing in English, then it might not be wrong to assume that these people are only standing BTS because standing a non-white, non-English speaking group makes them feel different and not like other girls. These people feel a sense of superiority over others, presumably because they were open-minded enough to listen to music that they can't immediately understand. When BTS breaks this mold, some are left feeling like they are no more special than anyone else. Like being a fan of this popular group no longer gives them woke points, and it throws a wrench in their entire perception of who BTS are. Instead of facing why they react like this, the blame is put on BTS themselves. These fans claim that BTS has changed even though they have no say in who BTS are to begin with. What really happened is the BTS of reality stopped fitting into their idea of what BTS is, and they left them no room to be more than what they had them boxed in as. The English problem also leads to the idea that BTS are only releasing English songs because they want a Grammy. This idea isn't something that can be confirmed or denied. But is it respectful to them as artists to assume that BTS are so desperate for a Grammy that they'd release 2 more English songs only for that reason? That the sole purpose of these tracks is just a Grammy grab? Screw everything the members themselves have said about wanting to spread a bit of happiness to a wider audience? That the entire message of Permission to Dance is manufactured and fake just to hope that maybe it will be recognized by the Recording Academy? I guess it's just my thinking that there's more motive for releasing these songs than trying to win a Grammy award. Realistically, with everything BTS has shared with the world in the past 8 years, it's not likely they would throw all intention out the window and put out English songs just because their first English single got them a nomination. Which then makes me wonder, is this question going to haunt BTS for every English release moving forward? Also, would this even be an accusation if Dynamite had never been nominated? It's not like BTS are the only Korean group to release music in English, but they are the only group to see the level of success with their English releases that Dynamite reached. No one claims these other groups are going for a Grammy by singing in English. At what point will people stop holding BTS to ulterior motives? We don't get to tell BTS what their intentions are for what they do. A really great article written by Elliot Sang of BBY Gang goes over this much better than me. Plus a lot of other points. I'll link it in the description. Please go read it. Another aspect people have a problem with are Permission to Dance's lyrics and sound. Some people feel that the lyrics are meaningless. Obviously BTS themselves didn't write this song, so it's not necessarily a dig at their songwriting skills, but can come off like a dig at their decision to release the song. Of course not every song has to be deep, we know this, but PTD's lyrics are far from meaningless. I mean, they're nothing revolutionary, but they're definitely not meaningless. I don't feel like digging into them and explaining them because this video would end up being way longer than it is, but disregarding them as such just proves that the person hadn't paid attention to them to begin with, or didn't give them a second thought the way they do when BTS release in Korean or Japanese. In terms of sound, it seems as if many people think this song style, the Disney-ish, musical-esque, some might say kids bop, is new for BTS, as if this song completely strays from all other releases in terms of musicality. I would disagree. One song that stands out to me as similar is Love Yourself Answer. PTD and Answer both share a somewhat theatrical build and feel-good tone whose energy feels like it would fit after the resolution of a movie where everything settles. But Answer never got the flack that PTD has. So to vilify PTD as some terrible new direction BTS is heading in, that is somehow not BTS anymore, or the ridiculous claim of them straying from their roots, is just not true. Again, if this sound isn't your thing, that's fine, but dislike of a song doesn't give people the right to act as if BTS is losing their identity and straying from the people they used to love. It also doesn't mean this is the new direction of all BTS music to come, so chill. Not liking this comeback doesn't mean the end of BTS as you know them. Again, it's one freaking song. Another trend that Permission to Dance sparked online is the I Miss the Old BTS and the tangential I Miss the Old Taehyung or I Miss Wings era. The first thing I have to say in regards to this is that whatever you miss is not going to come back. I don't mean to say this in a harsh way, but as in there can only ever be one Blood, Sweat and Tears or Wings era. BTS could come out with something similar in sound or visuals, but it will never be what Wings or Blood, Sweat and Tears is to you, unless they literally redid the song and album and photos exactly as they were. I could argue that Mo 7 was similar in some ways to Wings era, but it still won't feel like Wings does to you. Part of this is because the memories and feelings you made with Wings or whatever era you miss are specific, so every new era with BTS means making new memories with the music. Nathan Z has a good video on this. I'll put a link below. The other part of the I Miss Wings era reeks of people lamenting over a time when they felt BTS performed more sensually/sexually for them. They want the soft sexiness, the touch of homoeroticism, the lingering glances and faux innocent touches, the desire and temptation. Blindfolded Jimin, Yoongi in silk pajamas, Jungkook grinding down onto the floor. It's not really about BTS having been deep back then, because they are always deep. These people see BTS as things to look at and desire, not as real human beings. Not to say a fan can't miss Wings or any other era, but there's a difference between missing it and appreciating what it was and still means to you, and staying so stuck in it that you don't like the group they have become since then because you're so disappointed they aren't catering to your desires anymore. If you can't appreciate the people and musicians BTS has become today because you're so busy missing Wings, then you should make sure you actually stan BTS, the real, actual people, and not the idea you made up in your head. The missing the old Taehyung thing isn't as related, but it just pisses me off. Like, is the man not allowed to grow and mature? Like, I'm sorry, but if you miss old Taehyung so much that it impacts your perception of him now, you never cared about that man in a genuine way to begin with. You only cared about his persona and how you could gain entertainment from him. He is a real human being, give him his fucking space to be one. Jesus. This leads into the overarching problem I've noticed, which is that there are a lot of people who stan the idea of BTS, the one they created, and not the actual living breathing human beings that together make up the band BTS. Of course we all technically are organizing our perceptions of them into an idea, but some people know how to leave space for their humanity and growth and recognize the fact that we can never truly know them like a close friend can, understanding that they are more than just who they are on screen, even though the members are and try to be as authentic for us as possible. Others, though, are only here for BTS in a superficial way, because they fulfill something for them. From the MV reaction, Namjoon Live, and interviews, we've seen that BTS chose Permission to Dance. They liked it. It fit with their message. They themselves decided this was a BTS song. So who are you as a fan to say it's them being inauthentic, or straying from their roots as if that's an okay thing to accuse someone of? For some people, the idea they had of BTS wouldn't have released PTD, so when BTS did, it created a discrepancy between who BTS actually are and who the person thought they were. BTS no longer fit the mold for them, and it upset them. They did something that stopped satisfying the thing that they used BTS for, and instead of that being a personal problem, it became BTS's problem. A part that made me laugh from D'Angelo Wallace's recent BTS video was how he said, "I couldn't believe this was the same band," pertaining to hearing Permission to Dance after having done his review of Mo 7. Because wow, He isn't even a fan and had already boxed BTS in as one thing. And as soon as they stopped fitting his BTS box, he felt as if they ceased to be themselves. It just never sits right with me when people feel they have authority over BTS's artistic direction or decisions. Like, you are a fan, not BTS themselves or their team. You don't get to tell BTS what BTS is. BTS is BTS because of them and their decisions. As soon as you try to step ahead of them, take away their creative freedom, you are not a fan anymore. You are an entitled spectator who feels they deserve something based on their own perceived ideas of what BTS is. You are no longer fans of actual, real-life BTS, but the BTS you made up in your head. You robbed them of their humanity and turned them into objects or vessels for your own entertainment and pleasure. This was all in context to BTS, but part of a larger problem of a society that doesn't allow celebrities the space to be human. And again, I didn't make this whole video to be taken as me shitting on people who don't like the song. That's really not what this is. It's a response to the people who feel like BTS isn't the same group they liked because they didn't like the one song. Newsflash, it is them. And you can either wait for the next comeback or stop standing. No need to project your insecurities about not being in love with the group you thought you would stand forever onto the group themselves. Or to make a 30-minute long video about it when you aren't even a fan. Grinning face with squinting eyes. I think that's all I have to say right now. I really hope that this video could maybe be cathartic for other people who feel the same as me. I also hope it all made sense, since this is my first time making something like this. Please let me know how you felt in the comments or if you had any other opinions, because I'd actually be really interested to hear from other people how they saw it. Thank you for watching if you did. I appreciate it a lot. Bye.